Now, that was the first time I said, hold on. Because in the colonies, they sold the idea we all have the same passport, we all have the same thing. Yes. Rubbish. As soon as they could, they started changing everything. And what's only saved us is the fact that we are in Europe and frankly white. If we had been outside Europe and another color, something else, a different story. I have no doubts about it.
There were three tiers of society: the Spaniards, Gibraltarians, and the British. The ones that tried to, the typical thing, you'd go to a cocktail party. I mean, later on when we got on, we were invited to cocktail parties, this, that, and the other. And one of the things they'd come along, they'd sidle up to you and say, "Are you one of us?" You know, sometimes people had been in England, they'd learned English like Englishmen, and they couldn't make the difference out whether you were a local or whether you were English. And they'd say, "Are you one of us?" And this experience I've had, but many others.
Very few people, got because they felt, a bit embarrassed or exposed, because they thought, if you get these special passes and you go to Spain, oh look, los rabú van para allá.
Suddenly I came. There was a huge difference, especially when the first time in the college, the guy who was going to be my tutor took me aside and a couple of other people, and he said, "This is a tap. This is a water tap, and here water is good." I'm not exaggerating, that was his tone. And I let him be like that for weeks until we wrote the first essays. And I made out of my way, really. And he was gracious enough to apologize. Yes, he was gracious enough to say, "I'm sorry."
Que me dice, mira, lo siento mucho, pero yo soy de las que pienso que Gibraltar es español. I wasn't surprised by that, pero después sigue y dice la misma frase, pero también creo que si es así, Ceuta y Melilla deben de ser marroquí. Y digo para mí, esta es la primera persona que habla con coherencia, porque un argumento tiene que seguir hasta el final. Si tú dices Gibraltar español, Ceuta y Melilla tienen que volver a Marruecos. Ya pueden decir los españoles las teorías que tengan.
Spanish customs came on board and they pointed to me and the other English people, and they said they can go where they want and do what they want, but you can't. And they did that to my husband and pointed at him and said, "You can't." And they were very nasty to him because he had a Gibraltarian passport.
Yo desde luego, si yo estuviera en el otro lado, yo siempre le digo, mamá, por 1,5 kilómetros no nací yo en yo nací en la línea. No, yo no querría, o sea, yo estoy en Gibraltar teniendo todas las ventajas que tengo, yo como me voy. Si la línea, que podía haber sido el espejo donde se mirase lo que tiene más cerca Gibraltar, que es España, si la línea tiene más de 150 años y no ha habido entre todos los gobiernos capacidad ni inteligencia para diplomáticamente el asunto en los 300 lo han tratado, si lo trataron mal en el siglo XVIII, peor en el XIX, y ya el XX se les fue de las manos. No ha sabido tratarlo diplomáticamente, y no lo digo yo.
But I remember going to the market, and if there was an English woman waiting to be served, the chap in the shop themselves decía, pero es usted que le voy a atender a la iglesia. Y decía, no, yo estoy aquí antes. And I was only 14 or 15. And they always, so it was the 40 people
Different.
They used to somehow treat them differently.
There was no difference in England between a Gibraltarian and an Englishman. In Gibraltar, there was a difference. My father had a colleague whose name was Gordon, who was Gibraltarian, but also a cable and wireless. He wanted to get on, so he went off to a special school in England for wireless, cable and wireless people who went further training and so on. And at the end of the course, the head of the class, I said, now boys, I want to address you in a very important manner. You'll be going out to the wide world, where we have our officers, colonies and so on. Be careful with the natives. Be nice to them, be friendly, after all, have to be, but don't mix too much with them. And Gordon, who's Gibraltarian, said, please sir, what do I do?
A mis hijos, yo le decía, lo peor que me puede hacer a mí es que se casen ustedes con un español. Pero te digo una cosa, it's not now que están poniéndose tan graciosos. I said, I've always, and I think I mentioned it before, even when I was born, the moment the lights went on, si me estábamos en la línea, the moment the light went on in la línea, I started crying. I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to come back. See, but I suppose as well, because at that time, the frontier used to close at 12. And I always thought, okay, I didn't want to stay there.
Because after all, you're meeting Spaniards, and you look ridiculous, you can't speak the language. It's debasing. It's uneducated. So the better you speak, the better off you are, and the better standing you have in other people's eyes. Otherwise, my God. Because this is where Janito comes in. I think it's debasing. Whenever I hear people here say, well, let's foment the Janito. But Janito, to me, it's an insult. Because to me, it's like being a mongrel. You're not a hybrid. A mongrel is, an imported immigrant from God knows what. You can't speak English or Spanish, or you're just messed up. That's my argument.
Siempre le digo, yo he nacido bajo la bandera británica, inglesa, pero yo soy gibraltareña y yo me he quedado con lo mejor de las dos culturas. O sea, yo se lo digo, a mí me gusta comerme unos chorizos con huevo y me gusta comerme un Sunday roast. Yo se lo digo y me quedo tan obviously, I don't consider myself British and I don't consider myself Spanish. I'm a Gibraltarian, born under the Union Jack. Porque nosotros tampoco tenemos las mismas costumbres que los ingleses, ni tampoco comemos a las 3 de la tarde como los españoles, que es lo que yo les digo a ellos, ¿no? Se lo digo a ellos, digo, nosotros somos... Además, si alguien se te pone tonto, como me se puso un inglés en el bus stop, Basama, abajo del Children, and that is what Gibraltar is all about, lo de ese. Well, but what are you? Digo, I'm a Gibraltarian. Yeah, but what are you? Digo, well, Gibraltarian is a person, digo, that if I have to write a letter, I write it in English, but I think about it in Spanish. Lo dejé listo, me dio la mano y todo, terminamos amigos. A mí nunca se me ha puesto nadie. En España nadie me ha dicho a mí, Gibraltar español, tú casas aquí o vete, nadie. And I have traveled well over Spain, y cuanto más lejos te vale,
A lot of people will ask me, especially on the Spanish mainland, are you English? English people come from England. Welsh people come from Wales. Irish people come from Ireland. Scottish, you know how it goes. And Gibraltarians come from Gibraltar. We are all British. We've got dodgy accents. We don't. Completely different accents, but then again, so have the Irish and so have the Scottish. I don't pretend to be. I don't pretend to sound like an Englishman because I'm not. Neither do I want to sound like an Englishman. I have the privilege of being able to put British subject on my passport and not have Gibraltar anywhere on it. If I wanted, I could have a full UK passport. I do not want one. I want one that says Colony of Gibraltar, the Governor of Gibraltar, blah blah blah. That's what I want. If someone doesn't like me because I'm Gibraltarian and they don't want to let me into the country, I don't want to go into theirs either. As you know, pretending to be English. Not that I have anything against the English, but I'm proud to be what I am.
Que we enjoy both worlds. Lo mismo el inglés que el español, porque lo mismo me gusta la paella que el roast beef, ¿no? ¿Para qué vamos a ponernos con cuentos si es la verdad? A mí me gusta mucho la sevillana y escuchar toda la música española, me gusta.
I prefer English. I just feel more comfortable speaking English. More of my friends speak English than Spanish. Sometimes a mix, but overall English. I speak a lot of Spanish to my mom, who just speaks llanita.
Pero la merienda siempre la hemos hecho con el té. En mi casa nunca hemos merendado con café. Se han tomado mis padres a lo mejor un café pequeñito después de comer, pero la hora de la merienda siempre ha sido té. Yo recuerdo de la escuela, yo me tomaba mi cafelito con mucha leche, me ponía nada, mi madre un té. Aquí yo le he dado el té a mis hijos, en los biberones.
En libertad. Creo que se casó la hermana o que se fueron para Gibraltar porque allí obviamente se vivía mejor que aquí. Pero no es que se viviera allí mejor que aquí en aquel entonces, es que allí se vive mejor que aquí hoy en día. El problema que hay es que Gibraltar es de los gibraltareños. Gibraltar no es de ingleses ni de españoles. Libertad pertenece a la persona humana, a la que cuida el sitio.